Hi everyone. So today I want to continue with part 2 of our topic, Take Action. And in part 1 video, I started the strategies we can use to stop procrastinating and take action. And I told you that in this video, I would start at strategy number 3. So if you missed strategies number 1 and 2, please feel free to go back and watch part 1. And I have included the link for part 1 in the description below. Okay, so I'm just going to get right into the meat of the matter because the flies are becoming my friend. I'm really sweating, as you can see, because it's getting hot. So grab your pen and paper and let's get into strategy number 3 to stop procrastinating and get things done. So number 3 is you could change your environment. And I know when you hear environment, some may be thinking physical environment. Of course, you have social environment and psychological environment. But today, in the context of this video, I want to keep things simple. Have you ever stopped to think about your work environment? And you may ask, why? Because sometimes it's your work environment that keeps you from getting things done. Would you agree? Some persons get bored or distracted when they're spending every single day in the same place. How about you? Do you get bored? And you know, when we think about productivity, we can't ignore the fact that different environments impact our productivity in different ways, right? So if possible, we can consider changing the scenery from time to time, right? So for some persons, this may be irrelevant or just not up for discussion. And I say this because when I'm working as a nurse and I get my assignment, I don't get to choose my environment. So of course, this strategy would not work for me when I'm working as a nurse. But when I have tasks to complete for my business, this surely would be relevant. And I use it quite often too. All right? So with the strategies that I go through today, even though all may not work for you, I am hoping that you may find 1 or 2 strategies that you can hold on to stop procrastinating. So now that we have established the fact that not all of us have the luxury to change environment, can I speak specifically to those who do have that flexibility? If you could consider a change of scenery, go to a local park or a co-working space, do you think that would help? Probably redecorate your room, eliminate the clutter if you have any. If your type of work permits it, if your boss allows it, you can go to work at a cafe or work from a home office. If they see a rise in your output, you know it's about production, right? So in a lot of jobs, they'll be more likely to continue to allow you to work in these locations. Just saying. And as I was thinking about environment, I realized that it's not only the physical environment that can affect us. Have you ever stopped to think that if you constantly live in an atmosphere of doubt and unbelief, that can affect your confidence level in getting things done? There comes a time when you make the decision to let go of certain habits that you realize they are no longer serving you and stop hanging around in that environment. And I think that would be a great decision for you, unless you want to be influenced to return to those habits. And I'm thinking not. So let's move on to your 4th strategy, which is to prepare for the unexpected. Most of us have a work calendar full of appointments, Zoom meetings, and other responsibilities. And we know that problems can arise when you least expect them. Your child gets sick. Probably your co-worker is late in getting their part of the project completed. And then of course you have meetings. You're called to an unexpected meeting and of course you must attend it. And the worst part of that is that these things happen when you're the busiest. Who can relate to that? I can. So in this strategy, what we want to do, we want to counteract the probability that the unexpected will happen by start taking action on your task right away. So don't wait until you have to pull what I call an all-nighter just to get the job finished. This way, you'll get things done and you'll stick to your schedule no matter what. Plus, you'll feel less stress and have peace of mind, knowing that if the unexpected comes along, you are prepared. All right, so before we get into strategy number 5, if you are new to this channel, my name is Genese Smith, and I am a Christian as well as a registered nurse and a transformational life coach. And I have a commitment to fulfill my purpose of encouraging and bringing hope to you by sharing some of my own life experiences, as well as what I am learning now and how we can live joyful lives in spite of the life's daily obstacles. And also how we can be empowered with the Word of God, no matter what situation we face. All right, so let's move right into strategy number 5, which is to fulfill your basic needs. When was the last time you had a good night's sleep? What about your exercise routine? I get it. Life is busy, and skipping a workout or a meal isn't a big deal. But if it becomes a habit, it can hurt your productivity, your mental focus, and guess what? Your motivation. So for instance, when you're deprived of sleep, believe it or not, that has been linked to poor work performance, difficulty concentrating, and even reduced creativity. And as it relates to your health, it also weakens your immune system, your heart function, your mental health, which further affects your ability to take action on your most important goals. So you can see why definitely you need to get some sleep. And you know, I'm always talking about studies, right? And I found out that in a recent study, subjects who got less than 7 hours of sleep per night were 3 times more likely to develop a cold. Isn't that interesting? Poor sleep may also lead to chronic fatigue, hormonal disorders, anxiety, and depression. And you know, a few years ago, when the doctor diagnosed me of having clinical depression, I was not getting enough sleep at all. Well, I certainly fixed that problem. Plus, when you don't get enough sleep, it affects your problem solving and decision making skills. So no matter how many obligations you have, make health a priority. Exercise every day, even if it's just for 10 to 15 minutes. Get at least 7 hours of sleep. Take a nap if necessary. Eat well, stay hydrated. Whenever you skip a meal, your blood sugar level drops. That leads to diminished mental focus, tiredness, and lethargy. Let me ask you a question. Do you like what you're hearing so far? Well, don't forget to hit that like button and give me some encouragement. You know, my mom always say encouragement strengthens labor. So if you have not subscribed to the channel as yet, please do so now. And our 6th strategy is to find your motivation. Motivation is what keeps you going. If you're stuck in a rut, set short-term and long-term goals. For instance, you could tell yourself that if you finish that difficult project on time, you'll book a trip over the weekend. Reward yourself for getting things done. Look for inspiration all around you. Set new goals or start working on a project you've been postponing for years. Build anticipation and picture yourself succeeding. They call that visualization. How many of you have heard of that? Try it. Share your goals with other people, whether it's your family, friends, or co-workers. You know, they say when you commit publicly, you're more likely to get things done. After all, you don't want to look bad in front of others, right? And now that you know these tricks, it's time to try them out. More importantly, celebrate your achievements, big or small, rather than worrying about your mistakes. Remember, time is your most valuable asset. Use it wisely and stop procrastinating. Your work will never be perfect. You are not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Just do your best with what you have and make improvements along the way. Having a brilliant idea is not enough. The only way to bring it to life is to take action. And remember, leave your comments below how you are adding more strategies, what strategies have been working for you. I appreciate you and I love you lots. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy the summer. Thanks.